Hi, I'm CJ. This is a story time, I guess, of my most recent video that just blew up, of my accident. It was a guy who rear-ended me. I was at a red light. I was going home from the gym. It was probably around, I want to say 11 to 12 at night. And I'm at the red light, and you can see that I'm putting my visor up. I'm not checking behind me, which is not something that I used to do. And yeah, he just crashes into me. He pushes me forward. I feel like my back touched the hood of his car. Luckily, I didn't feel like my head make impact on anything. So very, very lucky on that. I don't know how fast he was going. I only have the video. So your guess is just as good as mine, honestly. Immediately, I didn't feel anything, any pain to my body. I just immediately felt scared because I don't know. When you ride a motorcycle, you know there's dangers that come into riding, and you're on the freeway and you know that anything can happen. If you're going fast, you know anything can happen. But when you're at a red light, at least for myself, I thought I was safe. So my guard is down. I'm not worried about anything. I'm not thinking about anything. So that's the last moment that I thought that I would get hurt. Sorry. My dogs. Guys, go over there. Go over there. Go. So I was just really shocked. I was shocked, and I didn't know what had happened. And immediately when I got off the bike, I realized this guy just hit me while I was at a red light. Like, it wasn't because he didn't see me, like I was in his blind spot and he was changing lanes. No, he just smacked into me. At this point, I don't know why, but I'm pissed. I'm super pissed, and I'm also scared because my heart's racing, my adrenaline's up, I'm in shock. I don't know if I'm hurt. I don't feel any pain, but just, I'm pissed. So I start screaming at him. He starts reversing, and I don't understand why he's reversing. At this point, my bike is stuck in his bumper. So if you see in the video, my bike hadn't fallen yet because it was stuck in the bumper. So the speed at which he hit me, it was hard enough to the point where the bumper was stuck in the bike between the tire and the tail. So he starts reversing, which then makes my bike fall. I tell him to stop moving. He doesn't stop moving. There was 3 people in the car. There was a guy in the back seat who opened the door. I think you can see it in the video. And he says, pull to the side, pull to the side. I assumed he was talking to me because he opened the door. So I said, I'm not pulling over. I'm not moving it right now, and because there was just an accident, and my biggest worry right now is not getting out of the street. It's exchanging information, making sure that I'm okay, So he keeps reversing, and at this point I realize this guy doesn't have good intentions, or he's drunk. He pulls back, he keeps going back, he almost hits another car. At this point, I'm like, he's gonna leave and I need his plates. So I'm looking around for my camera. I always record on every ride. I do make content, but also it's just a safety thing, exhibit A. So I find the camera, and then once I look up, he's inside of this parking lot it's like a food place. He didn't pull over immediately. So for everybody saying, oh, he was trying to get out of the street to be safe, I really don't think so, because he could have pulled over to the side on the street, or he could have pulled over in the first parking spot as soon as he got in. But he chose to go around the building to where there was another exit on the other side back onto the street. So I thought that was super shady and weird. So I grabbed my camera and I ran that way. If you notice, I'm not standing in front of the car because I do know that he could run me down if he wants to. So I stand to the side just enough to where I can get his plates. And at that point, if he takes off, because the exit would have been that way and I'm standing this way, then he just takes off, and then I'll deal with the police. For everybody asking why I didn't call the cops immediately, because my phone is in my backpack and I can't call the cops without my phone. And my biggest thing was, like, I didn't want to take my eyes off of this car looking for my stuff in my backpack, and then he could just take off. So what I did was I wanted to get his plates, and then if he took off, then I'd have everything that I needed, right? So at that point, they got out. Well, he got out, and then he said, yeah, sorry, I hit you. And then I'm just like, okay, I just need your license, And then there's people around who saw everything. At that point, they're asking me, are you okay? Do you need anything? And I tell them, just please call the cops. That's when the girl's already out, and she's asking me if I'm okay. somebody finally asks me if I'm okay. I tell her I think so. I'm just scared because I don't feel any pain at the moment. You know, I'm just fucking scared. You guys are gonna drive away or. So I get his ID. However, he was acting really weird. I asked him for his ID. He took it out, and then once the girl was talking to me, he like put it back into his wallet, which I thought was super weird. I was like, if you're gonna give me your ID, why are you playing around with it? And then I think he was just drunk. Either that or he didn't want to give me his ID, because he took it out again and he was like looking at it. I snatched it out of his hand. I took a picture of it. At this point, my phone was out. And he's like, oh, wait, that's not it. So I don't know what he was, I don't know. I don't know if it was like expired or he just didn't want me to grab it. But I needed his information because I didn't trust these people at this point. Like 6 cop cars showed up and they asked me if I'm okay, if I need an ambulance. Dude, he is so unserious. Both of them. They asked me if I was okay, if I need anything. I told them I think I'm okay. I didn't want an ambulance at that point because I didn't want to have to pay for it. But I knew that I was gonna go get checked anyway with my doctor. So I just told him, hey, like, heads up. He hit me here. He ran this way. I have everything on video. I think he's drunk because he's slurring his words and he was being weird. And the police is like, okay, we'll take care of it. They separated us and I was watching and they didn't do anything to him. They were just talking to them. And I ended up leaving before them because the cop is like, he came up to me and said, okay, we're just going to treat it like a normal accident. You guys are going to exchange information. And I was like, wait, what? How is this normal? Like, he's drunk and he left the scene. He was being weird. And the cops didn't really give me a reason, but from what I read from people commenting saying that the cop needed probable cause, the cop needed to see him behind the wheel to breathalyze him, but then other people are saying that cops breathalyze people, they can breathalyze people at just for it being an accident. So I have no idea. I don't know what happened. It was Long Beach police, so I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but I just felt like they didn't want to have to deal with the paperwork, or I don't know. But then what's the point of all these damn cop cars showing up if no one's going to do anything, you know? So they gave me this BS paper. It wasn't even an official police report because I was like, well, I want a police report because at this point I was just like, I'm going to sue this guy. Like, this is bullshit, you know? And they didn't even give me an official police report. They gave me like a piece of paper that means like that they showed up. I don't know. It's like an informal report, and it just had his name, his information, his address, whatever. And then they also gave my stuff, like my information, to him. And that was pretty much it. I went home. I went to sleep, woke up, and just felt a little stiff. My bike, I had just gotten new fairings, and the tail was cracked. Like, the fairings are cracked. The lights are broken on the tail. My pegs are messed up, and my plate was bent. Luckily, the damage wasn't horrible, but I was super irritated that anything happened at all because I had just put so much money into it, and I was really excited about the bike, and it's not perfect anymore, you know? So I did go to the doctor. They told me, they gave me a CT scan, I think it was called. It was actually my first time. That thing is scary. They put you in like this machine and it's really small. And I was in there for like an hour because they were doing my neck and my upper back, and then I think my lower back. And once the CT scans came out, the doctor did tell me that I had like whiplash, which is like your neck is supposed to have a normal curvature, but my neck kind of curves the other way. And he said that that's pretty normal in accidents like this. He did recommend a few shots and other things. So I went to therapy for a little. I did want to say that this did happen a while ago. This was not this week or even last week. It did happen a while ago. As like I said, I was going through litigation, so I didn't want to post anything that was going to affect the case. But as you can see, I did blur their faces. I mean, I put an emoji over it because I'm just like, at this point, I'm posting it for awareness, and I'm also posting it for content. I mean, I do content, but I don't know. I didn't want anything going down in their personal lives. Like I said, I sued, and I did what I needed to do. So we've settled, and it's just, I don't need anything else out of it. So me putting their name on blast or their face on blast, I just felt like it was extra. So that was just my decision. I sued. We settled. So I'm good with the case. But yeah, honestly, it's just, I'm fine. I feel good. I was really lucky. I know other people have had it worse, and I could have been closer to the intersection. He could have pushed me into the intersection, and a car that was going the other way could have got me, There's so many things, but I've gotten a lot of really nice messages, a lot of really sweet DMs. Everyone's being so nice. People that ride are also reaching out and sharing their stories, and I appreciate it. I know this isn't like a huge accident. I know this isn't like a huge thing, but it is something that happened that I thought I would post to show my experience, I guess. I'm sure I could have handled it better. There's so many people in my comments talking bad that I could have handled it better, that I shouldn't have cried. I'm a crybaby. I don't care. I'm a crybaby. I still kept myself safe. I still got his plates. I got the cops. I did everything I had to do, and if I want to cry while I'm doing it, I'm going to do that. People are so mean, and they always hide behind their profile. It's ridiculous. You really have to have, strong skin to be on the internet, because people are so mean. But for every one person that was mean, there's 10 people being super sweet. So I already know how it goes. I'm just really grateful for everyone being sweet and asking me how I'm doing. I appreciate it. Again, like I said, I'm doing well, and this was a while ago, but I'm just grateful that everything turned out well. And honestly, that nobody was seriously injured, because it could have gone a different way for those 3 people in the car, or it could have gone differently for me. So I'm really grateful, and that's pretty much all I had to say. I just wanted to come on and do a story time so everyone can get their questions answered, because I have so many DMs with different questions. I think the worst part about the whole thing is just that I'm traumatized now. Every time I come to a stop at a red light or a stop sign or anything, I'm so scared that someone's going to slam into me, and I'm scared that it's going to be worse. I'm also scared when there's a car in front of me and we slow down on the freeway, and I'm just scared that someone's going 100 miles per hour behind me, and it's just a fear. So I'm constantly checking my mirrors, which, it's something I probably should have been doing from the beginning, but it took this experience for me to traumatize me. That's everything. Thank you so much for watching. If you got this far, I know it's a long video, but yes, thank you.